So I absolutely love Persona 5. It's stylish, funny, and has amazing gameplay and characters. And recently, one of my friends has stated that they're going to start getting into Persona since several of them are coming to the Switch. So just like the Kingdom Hearts videos from a while back and still ongoing, I've decided to make a tips and tricks series for Persona 5. Now, unlike Kingdom Hearts where I try my best to focus on early game mechanics only, these tips will reach around early to mid game. No late game spoilers though, so don't worry. With that started, remember to like and sub, and with that shameless plug done, let's get started. So throughout Persona 5, you are going to be doing two major things in your playthrough. One is the intense dungeon crawling as the stylish Phantom Thieves of Heart, and the other is slice of life hangouts with the various characters you meet in your journey. And at first these seem sort of just like side stories meant to flesh out the characters. They are actually how you gain access to some of the most helpful abilities throughout the entire game. Like leveling up Ryuji's Confidant will get you the insta-kill ability, or leveling up Mishima's gets you better experience points for your back party members, or leveling up Tei's Confidant gets you better healing items. While I am going to be honest and state that not all of them are equally as useful as some are also just kind of worthless. They go a long way in fleshing out every one of the characters, to the side ones, to your own party members. They hold great stories that genuinely are interesting to learn about, and I always recommend checking them out. With that out of the way, let's move on to number 4. So since I dedicated my first tip to talking about the confidants and how essential they are, let's follow it up with the social stats part of the gameplay. As you progress throughout Persona 5 Royal, you will sometimes see this board appear with 5 different stats on it. These are your social stats, and they hold a very, very important purpose. Increasing these stats are vital for not only starting up a few of the confidants in the entire game, but they are also vital for progressing some confidants as well. A great example of this is you need to max out Charm to continue moving forward in Makoto's Confidant. This one took me for a loop when I first ever played Persona 5 Royal, and it is also kind of hilarious when I'm thinking back on it. Like, the main character is apparently not attractive enough to be Makoto's fake boyfriend. That's wild, but also genuinely funny in a way. But enough drowning in self-pity that we're apparently not attractive enough. Let's move on to number 3. Yeah, I thought it would be helpful to give a spot to the jobs you can take throughout the entirety of the game. So, in Persona 5 Royal, there is an optional side quest section the Phantom Thieves can take while going through the main story. And for a few of those, you're going to have to get a job in order to get info on the quest so you can actually do them. These jobs range from working at a beef bowl restaurant, to being the clerk at a store, or even the florist in an underground mall. Now, at first, it seems like the only use is to get info on the quest, but they actually have a lot of other uses as well. They can get you some extra money, they can increase your social stats, unlock new confidants, and even unlock some extra scenes between several of the Phantom Thieves. There's a surprising amount of things you can do with something so simple. It's actually pretty impressive Atlus put so much into something that's mainly used as a way to further your side quests. So, massive props to them for that. Yeah, I know. This tip is named like some kind of weird-ass sign your teacher would hang on your wall to get you to read, but stay with me on this one. Throughout the gameplay experience, you get chances to rent books from the school library, or buying them along with magazines from various stores along the area. These books and magazines hold a multitude of uses, from simple things like social stat boosts, to unlocking info on new areas to hang out with your party members and friends, to even special unlocks for the various mini-games you can play, like being able to use the third eye technique to see where the biggest fish are in the fishing minigame, or a magazine that gives you more stat boosts when you watch movies with your friends, or even a magazine that lets you cheat at the video game so you can beat them easier. It actually makes reading seem incredibly worth it for once in our lives. Also, it kind of makes me miss going to bookstores. I should do that soon. Later though. For now, let's move on to number 1. knew it was the right idea to save the best for last. So, in the original Persona 5, in order to get things like easy experience and money, you would do two different things. The money trick required you to use confusion on an enemy and just wait it out, as every turn the enemy would just throw a bunch of cash at you until the confusion wore off. And the easy experience came from visiting the Mementos dungeon during flu season and running away from the Reaper Shadow over and over until it got despair and dies from the horrid realization its only purpose is to hunt down teenagers in costumes, and then ends itself in pure shame. But Royal kinda removed both of those options. So what do? Well, that's where our man Ryuji comes in. As I stated before, as you progress through his story, you unlock the insta-kill ability, which lets you completely skip over battles if you are a higher level than the corresponding enemy. However, in the original game it was kinda garbage. When you used it, all it would get you was a skip over the battle in a Persona, which at first sounds cool, but it came with locking away any experience or gold that you could earn from these encounters, making grinding an absolute pain in the ass. Thankfully, this time around, you get both gold and experience from the insta-kill ability, along with a Persona. And that's not all. If you go talk to the tiny car-driving boy named Jose, he can alter the amount of experience and gold you get in Mementos by trading him stamps you find throughout it. Then all you gotta do is hang out in Mementos and slam Morgana into enemies, granting you boundless amounts of EXP and money in mere minutes. This one will be a little taxing and time-consuming, but it's very satisfying to just gain the strength to tear apart several enemies in your way. And that is all for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, remember to like and subscribe. Another Kingdom Hearts vid will be next week for y'all. Hope to see you then.